Alright everybody, in this one we have a 2008 GMC 1500. It has a 4.8 into it. Apparently it has an intermittent no start. So, if it's going to start today, I have no idea. But we're going to get some codes and everything up, and then we're going to go from there. Where did I put the keys? There, in the ignition. Let's check and make sure that the immobilizer light does go out. Okay. Check that again. Okay, well, the ignition switch is like locked, so that's not good. Truck seems to be a piece of anyway. So we can see the immobilizer light here. Now the immobilizer light goes out. Okay. Let's take a look at the X tool. Been having some issues with the X tool, mainly on its sealing. It's not there's like damage all over it, and the scanner has not hit water whatsoever. So I find it weird that the screen messed up again. So X tool is gonna have to try to do something about that. We have in manual HVAC under 8600. RPO Z95. Oh, it should be in here. Let's check. RPO code. Z95. Do we have? We do not. Okay, so the RPO codes on this one are right here. I'll give you guys a view of that. We don't have a Z95, so we're gonna go without Z95. Chevrolet truck. Okay. Automatic scan. ECM does have 3 codes into it. You guys can't even see that. So I'm going to let this go through real quick and I'll bring everybody right back. Alright, so right now, fuel pump control module is offline. Let's just keep that in mind. Give me 1 second, guys. Got to take this phone call. Alright, so where was I? Alright, so we do have some codes into the system. So what we're going to do is just press on report. Okay. The BCM. Device voltage reference output circuit 1 voltage below threshold, battery voltage below threshold, ambient sensor, passenger compartment dimming, so nothing with the theft deterrent. Alright, electronic brake, wheel speed control module communication bus off, knock sensor bank 2. So see, this is why I like to take and make sure that everything is good. Alright, so right here we see that we lost communication with our fuel pump control module, and the topology showed that we had no communication. Alright, so but we do have codes in a theft deterrent also. So we have no transponder modulation or no transponder, and transponder authentication error. Okay, so if I try to start this right now, we got nothing. Alright, so what we're going to do is come in here. We're going to exit this. We're going to go into our theft deterrent module right now. We're going to go look at some live data. Man, that glare is horrible. Yeah, I don't want to be on this too long. Powertrain status, substitution detection, theft deterrent module. Power voltage on, present, monitor key, state, wake up. Telltale status is off, which it should be. Okay, immobilization inactive. Okay, so inactive means that the system will start, and when you have an active, well, it means it will not start. Okay, start disabled, no. Learn key standby. Tamper status inactive. So all that is saying that there is no issue right now. We're gonna go back. Let's go back one more. Let's read the trouble codes. Let's make sure that they're not in history. They might be. Okay, so see, this one it passed and passed, so I'm not worried about the transponder codes right now. Okay, but what I am worried about is the fuel pump control modules. So we have powers, grounds, and comm lines that go down to the power jet to the fuel pump control module, which lives underneath the vehicle in the back. So I'm not really gonna do too much more, then maybe check a fuse up front. Make sure that our fuse box is good, because obviously if we don't have power in the back, well, it's not going to be good. And then from there, we're going to take and shoot underneath the truck and do all our other checks at the module. So let me pull up a wiring diagram real quick. We'll look at a fuse and we'll go from there. Is it going to be a fuse? It might be, who knows. All right, or it might even be a fuse box at this point. All right, so here is the wiring diagram. I pulled it up on my phone, okay? We have two fuses. What we have here is a fuse number 21, which is a 20 amp, and we also have fuse 56, which is a 15 amp, okay? Those lead down into the fuel pump control module, and from there it gets its power. Then we also have a low reference that's on here, but this low reference actually feeds the fuel pump ground, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that leads to fuel pump ground, and then we got a gray wire, which is going to be our fuel pump positive, which is, where are we? I lost it. There it is. Okay, so right here, this gray wire all the way over here. Okay, I'm going to bring this up on screen for everybody, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so let's get up to the front. Let's check out these two fuses before we go any further. Make sure that we don't have a voltage drop or something across the fuse. And from there, then we'll start our diagnosing, all right? So let's get up to the front and get out a test light. All right, so very quickly, fuse 21 and fuse 56, all right? That's what we are looking for. Fuse 21, not diesel, okay? 21 is over on the edge over here. All right, let me get a ground. We'll make sure I got a ground. Let's see. That's not good ground. That's not good power. It's because I don't have all my stuff here. So let's see. Is this a ground? Either my light is burnt or there is nothing on there. And when you get in here and you see stuff like this, okay, that's not a good sign. All right, so right now, let's check and make sure that my ground is good. I'll just go over to the battery real quick. Sorry you guys can't see this. I want to make sure that I have a good ground. And I have a good ground. So right now, there's no power hitting into this box. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to pull up this box and I want to see what is going on underneath it. All right, reason being, there's something wrong here. And like I said, I got a broken fuse right here. This one is completely corroded. I have corroded fuses all over the place. And I think that there might just be a huge voltage drop going on inside of this box itself. Okay? Because I'm not getting no power on any fuse, which is not good. Okay, and these fuses should be hot at all times. Well, this 15 down here is supposed to be ignition, which is fuse 56. All right, can you guys even see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. And then fuse 21, which is this one, it should be hot at all times. Well, hot and run and start. Let me go recheck and see. Make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. Hot at all times, fuse 21, and there's nothing in there. So that's more than enough for me to take this guy out. And we'll check our main power feed going into the box at that point. So this isn't going to be our issue, but still the fact that I have, you know, corrosion on some of these wires, I'm not liking that. I'm going to check the main power feed going in, that's for sure, because there's no power at all on any of these. So let's just take and check that out real quick. Okay, and I got no power on this. What? This is the main power feed coming in. Main power feed. There, okay, never mind. We're good. All right. So that. Okay, let's put this box back. Okay. Then, ooh, everything just came alive. Still got nothing. Nope. Nope. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now we have power. Okay, let's rescan. So the fuel pump control module should be communicating now. Nope, still nothing. Alright, so as you can see, we had no power up to the fuses, and then I played with the booster pack and power came up to the fuses, so that maybe it was just my booster pack wasn't on properly. Should make sure this guy doesn't start. And it starts right up. Oh, it's a start stall, sorry. Alright, so let's go into the back now and make sure that the that the fuel pump is getting what it needs, and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's get to underneath here. I just took off the cover for the fuel pump control module because I just want to check for corrosion. No corrosion, but what we have to look for now is, number one, a good ground spot. Hopefully I can find one. Okay, and put you guys right there. Okay, light bulb is right here. I'll try to get it better for everybody, but for right now, that's where it is. Hopefully I can get a good ground spot. If not, I'll go get my power probe leads and we'll go from there. Oh, where did my lead go? Give me a minute, guys. Okay, so got me my wiring diagram. Well, I hope I got my wiring diagram. We have power at the front. We're going to make sure we have power and ground in the back, because it might just be a ground. Below driver's door on body mount. Okay, well that's going to be fun. Alright, what we need is pin 32 and ignition 1, which is pin 15. So pin 32 and pin 15. I can't remember if GM marks these or not. I don't think so. No. So, but it is a pink. Let's see. A red, white, and a pink. So there should be two pinks next to each other. 15 and 16 are both pink, and then a light blue is 17. So if we come on here and we look for two pinks right next to each other, the red, white is my power in, that's for sure, which is this big guy. So let's see if we got power on him. And I'm not getting no power on that one. But it might be a bad ground. Yeah, just a bad ground. Okay. So we're good there. And now there should be two pinks right next to each other. 15 and 16. Oh, what happened there? Either that's a very bad ground, which I don't think so. Maybe. that does not look as bright as the other one. Okay, but we do have an ignition there, so what I can do real quick to make sure that's the ignition is actually go and check yeah, I could do that. Let's check and make sure that the ground's good. Ground is good. Okay, so main power and ground are good. They're able to sustain this load anyway. I don't have any other bigger loads. I don't think I have my motor here. I normally carry like a 6 amp window motor, but it's not here right now. So what I'm gonna do real quick is just back probe him again, that pink one, and from there I'm gonna go and turn off the ignition, and I want to see if the power goes away, which it should. Okay. All right. So we got power and ground, so now it's just comm lines up to the fuel pump control module, which might be faulty, or even a fuel pump control module at this point. So we also have to make sure that our pump can actually be primed. So we need a power and ground to come back on these two big wires right here, which is going to be this pink and this gray. All right, because we got to make sure that our pump can actually be turned on, because maybe it can't for X reason. So that's going to be another test that we can do, a very quick test. Oh, did I break my light? I hope not. I think so. I hope not. And I just got a new light. Oh, okay, no, we're good. I don't like this ground point though. It's really bad. Okay, so we got ground, we got power. We got power going in. Let me go turn this guy off real quick. We'll make sure that power goes away. Make sure we're on the right wire. Okay, you guys can see it went away. That's our ignition power. Back on. We're good there. So I'm gonna get a jumper real quick while my power probe, and we're gonna add power and ground to the pump. All right, let's go on that power and ground. Gray was power, pink was ground. So that's how we are gonna hook this up. All right. Pink is ground. Give me a second. I'm gonna take and remove that fuel pump control module also in a minute. But let's put some power and ground on this first, and we'll go from there. Okay. Power was gray. All right. Ground was pink. See if I hear it. That's continuity through the pump. All right. So that's a good sign. I hear the pump turning on. Okay. So, pump is turning on. Alright, so, last thing to check is our comm lines. I'll grab a little scope and we'll check all our comm lines real quick. I'm going to pull out my cheap little scope again. Let's get in here and see what we can find. Alright, so I got to ground everything out. I'm just going to ground everything out to the power probe because it's straight to the battery. Okay, I'm not going to go too much more than that. And we're going to check our comm lines. Just a minute, find my ground. There it is. Okay. So that is grounded out straight to battery. And I have yellow. It has to be grounded now. Well, you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but you'll see in a second. Okay. Alright, which one are our comm lines now? Make sure that those are good. comm lines. Tan and tan black. So channel 2 will be tan because that's our negative, and tan black will be our positive, which will be our yellow. Alright, so blue will be our tan, which is right here. I don't like the way those look. Those look very corroded at the back side. Let me just touch here for a second. I got nothing on that. I literally have no comm in. Okay. Are those the right ones? Tan, tan, black. Is there 2 comm lines on this? Because there's probably an in and an out. Let's see. That's tan, black, and then I also have those ones, which are also tan, black. So let's see if we have anything coming in. Ooh, that does not look good. Like, at all. I'll give you guys a view of that. That does not look like a CAN signal to me. Maybe it's just me, but... Or maybe the scope cannot handle CAN. But I think it's fast enough for CAN. What I'll do is I'll pull out the hotel real quick and we'll retry this. At least it'll give me a limitation on maybe what this can and cannot do. But it said it could do automotive, so... But how far into automotive can it do is my question. Okay. So let me just pull up the yellow. Because yellow is tan black. Alright. Get in here. It might just not be fast enough. Because they do look like if they're mirroring each other, but that doesn't mean it's always good. Okay. Give you guys a view of that. Well, mirroring itself. Yeah, you could pretty much say that. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Okay. It doesn't look very pretty. Okay, so let me go grab the hotel real quick and we'll go from there. Alright, so bring you guys down real quick. So this little guy is not fast enough to actually read CAN signals, so it's good to know. Okay, because we do have some good CAN signals right here. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. We're about 2.5 on each. So let's zoom in. 500 microseconds, okay? So you can see that our CAN signals are nice. I'm not gonna worry too much about those CAN signals right now. The hotel is actually very noisy, so it's not gonna be as clean as I would like. But let's stop. Okay, but we can see our CAN signals are inside of here and they're mirroring each other, so nothing wrong with that. Okay, not right now anyway. I'm not going to say that there is. The next thing that we have to do now is actually come in here and we're going to go on the other GM line. So basically we're going to have 2 that are going to be communicating in and then 2 that are going to be communicating out. And from there we're going to take and see if we have any communication coming out of the CAN lines now. Okay, because as we can tell, we got communication coming in. I'll set you guys back up. I'll bring you guys back down when I'm ready to bring you guys back down. And I'm just going to switch over to the other lines real quick, just to show you that there is actually nothing on these lines. Okay, so there is nothing coming out. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to grab 2 piercing probes because there's no other way to do this. I wish there was, but there isn't. And we're going to plug it in and see if we have any comm coming out at that point. Because we should have something coming out. So I'm just going to go grab 2 piercing probes real quick. I'll grab a little blade or something to peel away this tape so I can actually work. Client said it was intermittently stalling. So and I've had issues where they weren't seating properly. So it might be the case on this one also. I'm not going to say it is, but it might be. Okay. The fact that this guy came out, I don't like that at all. Alright, so let's take these guys out. Remember, it's going to be these guys that are going to be on the outside. Tan is going to be CAN low. Ow. Oh, I forgot my board. So, here. This should make it a little bit easier, hopefully. Let's rip some of this tape off so I can get some more wire exposed. Okay, so now 10 is can low. Can high is this one. See if we have anything coming out. Yeah, that does not look like a good can signal. I'm at 2 volts. I'm being pulled down to 1.5, but I'm almost up to like 4.5 volts, 5 volts on my can high. So the fact that there was no comm, and I'll give you guys a view of what this one looks like. It doesn't look like the other one whatsoever. Okay, so we're on the right track at least. All right, so this is what this one looks like compared to what the other one looked like. Look, we're at 2 volts. Okay, on our bias, and my can high is going all the way up. So I'm pretty sure that the module is good on one side, bad on the other. Now I could take out the module and go see, but at this point I would just call a module and go from there. We'll see what the clients want to do. So I can control the pump, so I'm not worried about the pump at this point. What I am worried about is the control for the pump. Alright, and it's really just a power ground, 2 powers of ground and comm lines going in, and everything else is just other stuff. So we have like a 5 volt reference, and for our level sensor, yeah, we have a 5 volt reference for our level sensor that's going to be shared. Okay. 5 volt reference goes to fuel line pressure sensor. Low reference goes to fuel line pressure sensor. We got a ground, fuel pump pressure. Okay, so yeah. So like I said, I don't like that what that signal looks like whatsoever. So I believe that we need a module, but I want to take the module down, and I'll bring you guys back once I actually have it down.